There are business owners out there with real expertise. I'm talking about super successful 7-figure companies, and they got years of experience, but they're getting destroyed on YouTube by creators with less knowledge than them. And why? Why does this happen? Well, it's because YouTube does not reward expertise alone. It rewards all the things that it takes to create a good YouTube video. If you're a business owner trying to grow on YouTube, you need to understand something important. Just because you know your industry does not mean you know how to make good YouTube videos. In this video, I want to break down the biggest reasons that business channels stay stuck under 500 subscribers. And honestly, some of these might sting a little bit if you're a business owner analyzing your own content, but trust me, they're true. And the first problem that I want to talk about is that most business channels, they feel too corporate. And corporate usually means boring, right, to a viewer. So the second somebody lands on the channel, they immediately see you just standing there or sitting there even, right, on the computer, and they're stiff when you're talking. Your videos kind of have generic branding that we've all seen before, stock music that we've all heard before, and you're just awkward on camera with robotic delivery, and you're trying to be so professional, but that's not what's good on YouTube. And viewers subconsciously think when they see that stuff like, oh man, watching this video, it's gonna feel like work. Do I need to take notes? And that can kill your retention instantly. YouTube viewers are not looking for another Zoom meeting. Okay, I'll say that again. They are not looking for Zoom. They want engagement. They want you to have a personality and to have emotion and energy. Like I keep talking about, bring energy. So a huge mistake that business owners make is trying to sound over professional on camera. And if you do that, your content, it loses all of its life. Meanwhile, the creators that are winning on YouTube, they feel, well, human, right? Even if they're educational. Look at creators like Alex Hormozi, Cody Sanchez, Ali Abdaal, Graham Stephan. They feel conversational, they feel alive, they feel personal, they have cadence when they speak on camera, and most importantly, they understand how to grab attention. And business owners often confuse professionalism with watchability. You don't need to be so professional. Honestly, it's better if you're not. It's better if you're a little bit off the cuff and a little bit, stumbly here and there, because that is what is human. So don't be like most business channels getting trapped making just how-to content, how to grow your business, how to get clients, how to use LinkedIn, how to improve your marketing. You see, the problem with that is that YouTube is saturated with this type of content, and most of that content, it sounds identical. So here's the truth. The internet does not need another generic tutorial, especially from somebody that nobody knows yet, right? If they want to watch a how-to video, they're going to watch it from Alex Hormozi or somebody that they know. But you got to ask yourself, why would somebody want to watch my video over Alex Hormozi video who's got, better editing and better storytelling, a lot more authority, but all the great videos, right? All the ones that really go viral and get the views, they're usually built around things like, tension, building tension in your video, or giving your opinion, a contrarian opinion about something, or talking about mistakes that you've made, or telling stories and just creating curiosity in your video. Or, you could even talk about transformations, right? Everybody loves a transformation. They want to watch a video that shows a transformation. They don't want generic tutorials anymore. So here's an example. Instead of making how to grow on YouTube, like this would be my channel, right? Instead of making a how to grow on YouTube video, I should make one that says why most business owners fail on YouTube. You kind of see where I'm going there? Instead of making one that says, how to edit videos, I can make a video, why your videos feel amateur, right? That's a lot more contrarian. I can talk about a lot different things in that than just, oh, you got to click here and do this. This is how you edit a video. I can say, look, your videos look amateur because A, B, and C, and here's what you need to do instead. Not quite a tutorial, but kind of along the same lines. There's value, there's education, which I think you're kind of getting the idea here is you got to YouTubeify your business content. Let's talk about another mistake, maybe even more important, that business owners make all the time, and that's your webcam setup or your filming setup. And I've seen a lot of people come into VidChops, our video editing service, and send us footage that is just bad. Terrible production quality is going to absolutely make it hard for you to grow on YouTube, especially today when people can have good lighting, have good cameras, and those are the people you're competing with. So you want to avoid, grainy webcam footage or echoey audio in an echoey room, or bad lighting, poor framing. You want to avoid just using, laptop microphones. You want to have an external microphone, because the second a viewer clicks and the content feels like it's kind of low quality video or low quality audio, even if the information is good, their perception of how good that video is gonna be is gonna drop. And that's just human psychology. I mean, if your video looks cheap, they're gonna assume that the information is cheap as well. In audio, it matters the most. People will tolerate a little bit of bad video, maybe a little bit, but bad audio, they're gonna click away instantly. So I recommend lav mics. I'm in an echoey room right here, and I'm using a lav mic, and you're not hearing an echo. So, you know, focus on your audio first, if anything, and get that dialed in before you move on to the next thing. And when you do move on to the next thing, you're looking at, upgrading your camera. You need a mirrorless or a DSLR camera with a lens that's gonna be able to give you some bokeh background, a little bit of blurry background, and you're gonna look at getting some soft boxes to light yourself up and make sure that it's not harsh, okay? Ring lights can be a little bit harsh sometimes, but soft boxes are better. Not only do you need good video quality, but you need to have the good camera presence, right? You can't just talk super slowly and be nervous on camera. You gotta let it go, okay? You gotta let it go, and you gotta stop rambling so much. Come with some structure, make an outline, use a teleprompter. Those are all things that are gonna help you level up your video quality. And if you're not good at first, that's okay, but just continue to upload with focus on improving your camera presence, your expertise, plus good audio and video. That's gonna put you in a good spot to start growing on YouTube. So if you're a business owner, I would recommend you stop studying so much of other business owners and other business marketing. Start studying creators. If you wanna make talking head videos like this one, focus on studying people that have done it successfully, because it's hard to do, right? It's hard to keep people engaged. And just try to take note of their pacing, their pauses, how they might have different intensity at certain points. Try to take notice of how they tell stories and the humor that they use. Is there any funniness to your videos, right? Is there humor? Do they have confidence? YouTube is a performance, and even educational content is a performance. And here's something that's kind of important. Energy on camera must be higher than normal life, right? If I was talking to you person to person right here, I would not have this much energy. But as soon as I hit record, I know that the camera and, just sitting there listening to me talk, slowly and not with energy is boring. So when I hit record, I up it a little bit, I double my energy, and it's important that you start doing that too in your videos. Now, there's another issue, and this is a massive one that I'd like to mention, and something that I've fallen victim to as well, and that's being inconsistent on YouTube. Consistency really is the name of the game, right? If you don't upload, you can't get views, you can't grow, you're not gonna get leads for your business. So that means you need to have a content machine that helps you come up with topics on a consistent basis, titles on a consistent basis. All these things you gotta do consistently, weekly, and then hit record consistently as well, right? Because without publishing, you can't grow. It's kind of self-explanatory, but it's something that most people fall victim to. And not only consistency as far as uploading content on a regular basis, but consistency in the type of content you're covering, right? You don't want to start talking about, horses in one video, and the next video you're talking about business, and the next video you're talking about, going fishing. Like, you need consistent content that nails down in a niche, lets YouTube know like that's what this channel is about, so that YouTube can go and find viewers that they think would be interested in that kind of content because they've shown to be interested in that kind of content, and they can put your video in front of them so that they'll click on it and, hey, maybe watch your video, and if they like it, hit that subscribe button. Those are all gonna be good signals to YouTube saying that your kind of content is good for this type of person. Let's continue to show more people that video. Another mistake that most business owners make is that they're creating content that they want to create without thinking about their audience and their ideal dream client, right? That they want to watch their video and sign up for their service or purchase their product. You got to keep those people in mind. Like, what would they want to watch? And make videos about that. You don't want to make videos about maybe company updates or your personal philosophies or business announcements or behind the scenes when you haven't even grown yet. No one cares about behind the scenes, right? You want to create content that they're going to be excited to watch, and stop thinking about, how does this content help me? Think about, how can this content help my viewers? Recently, a study came out that says the average viewer now decides within seconds whether they're gonna stay or leave after clicking on your video. So that means that the hook matters more than ever, pacing matters, and then keeping viewer retention matters. So how do you do that? Well, to keep viewers watching, the main emotion that you wanna try to evoke is curiosity. And that's the same with the click, right, too. So your thumbnail and title should work together to create curiosity. And then, of course, editing matters. You want to cut out all the fluff. You don't want to try to slowly warm up people in your video. You want to get right into it as soon as possible, because every moment matters. Every sentence matters. And honestly, every visual matters, right? You can hook them with visuals as well. So what actually works for business owners in today's day and age? Well, first, you need to prioritize attention, not just information. Second, you need to become students of YouTube. You need to learn YouTube itself, right? You can't just say, okay, I got my camera set up. I'm gonna, deliver some value in this video. You need to learn about packaging. That's a huge one. You need to learn about hooks, scripting, keeping that retention, and then of course all the videography stuff that we talked about earlier in this video. And then lastly, stop relying on that generic how-to content. Okay, so business owners, last thing is you need to stop thinking so much like a business owner right now and start thinking more like a video creator. A video creator that's got the skills, the camera presence, that's got all the stuff we talked about. And once you start doing that, you're gonna start winning on YouTube. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that subscribe button. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what are some of the hardest things for you when it comes to creating content on YouTube. And hey, if you need help with your YouTube content, you can head over to vidchops.com, and I will see you guys in the next video.